Fox News alert, we just struck a major target in Iran, the country's largest bridge right outside the capital. The commander-in-chief saying it came tumbling down, never to be used again. Sources say the bridge was used to secretly transport missiles from Tehran to launch sites. A U.S. defense official tells Axios that more bridges are likely to be bombed, as the president sends Iran a warning. Quote, "It's time for Iran to make a deal before it's too late, and there's nothing left of what could still become a great country." And we have some big targets on our list.
If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it.
If they haven't gotten the message, they will soon. To join our expanded fleet of Warthogs, more of our F-18 Super Hornets we're just seen launching from the USS Abe Lincoln as we conduct dynamic bombing campaigns deep inside of Iran. To help our jets and bombers, our KC-135 Stratotankers and KC-46 Pegasus aircraft have been refueling mid-air to maximize time in the sky. Meanwhile, on the high seas, the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit on board the USS Tripoli have been simulating amphibious assaults. They're right off the coast of Diego Garcia, out in the Indian Ocean. The Marines are available for strait operations if they get the call. Plus, we just got some new toys. The U.S. Army just developed next-generation grenades. It's the first grenade developed since Nam, and it uses shock waves to kill instead of shrapnel. On impact, a blast will rupture everything inside the enemy's body. These would come in handy in close-quarters combat on an Iranian island or a port. And more assets are moving into theater. The USS Gerald Ford is just a few days out after repairs in Croatia. The USS Boxer, the ship full of Marines, choppers, and fighter jets still sailing full steam ahead. The president says we're entering the final stage.
I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We are going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
Israel's going out with a bang. In 48 hours, they've struck over 400 targets and dropped 650 munitions on the enemy. The IDF eliminated battalion commanders, including the top guy in the regime's ballistic missile unit. These strikes are hitting the mullahs where it hurts the most, in their Persian purses. Overnight, the Israelis struck the Guard's central financial headquarters. The funds coming out of this building pay for Iran's armed forces and provide billions to their proxies. On top of that, they took out the commander of the regime's oil headquarters. This is what you'd call a hostile work environment. Iran's on the verge of a depression. The Guard's policies have bankrupted the country with high inflation and unemployment, and their stubbornness and nuclear ambition pushed the country into a war against the world's greatest military. To prevent uprisings and cyber warfare, the regime shut the internet off, which then shut off all commerce. The streets are hot. The regime smells a coup coming, and they're going on an execution spree. In the last 2 days, they've killed 4 dissidents. The clock's ticking. They're running out of money and missiles. The only leverage they have left is uranium. And Trump's watching it like a hawk.
We have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none.
With their air defenses gone, Epic Fury's setting up a softer target. If Iran ever tries to nuke up or rearm, the next president can mow the grass. The main issue is the Strait. If they mine it, we have tools. American Avenger-class minesweepers can take them out one by one. We used these during the Gulf War and destroyed over 1,000 mines off the coast of Kuwait. The Navy's also upgraded our littoral combat ships. Those are the shallow water vessels with 50 caliber machine guns attached. We also have choppers equipped with laser mine detection systems, too. And this just in, oil tankers are starting to move through the strait. 3 ships with insurance, hugged the coast of Oman and slipped into the Gulf. The Arabs are also feverishly building new pipelines to feed oil into the Red Sea so the strait can never get held hostage again. Trump seems calm. He's telling the world to just sail back in.
So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before, should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves.
Macron says that's unrealistic. And to be honest, he's right. The French and the Europeans have been AWOL since World War II. It's America's job to control the water. We're the only country with a real navy. They're out of shape. And instead of getting off the couch, they're bitter. And the strait's closed, and they're blaming us instead of the mullahs. One White House source told Politico, quote, "It's like these mother effers always talk about Article 5. Okay, well, Iran has been blowing up our soldiers and ripping their wings off for, half a century. And we finally responded. And now they're going after all our major non-NATO allies in the United States. And you guys are saying not only you're not going to help, but you're closing your airspace to us? Really?" Iran was transitioning into North Korea. Bill Clinton had the chance to bomb Pyongyang's nuclear reactors in the 90s, but he backed off and he sent Jimmy Carter to negotiate. They toyed around with Jimmy, and then it was too late. Surprise, surprise, North Korea got a nuke. We were treating Iran the same way. We sent cash, diplomats, love letters. Sanctions went on, sanctions went off. The whole time, Iran raced toward a nuke, and their missile ranges kept growing. They can hit European capitals, and sooner or later, we'd be in range. Last night, the president said he did something that other presidents said they were going to do, but never did: prevent Iran from getting a nuke. But Democrats who knew Iran was cheating and months away from weaponization are rooting against epic fury. This was Kamala last night before Trump even spoke. Listen.
Hey, everyone. So I'm not going to be able to watch the president's address tonight. But here's the thing. He brought America into a war that people do not want. And I bet you he's going to try and claim victory tonight. But the reality is we're watching what he does instead of listening to what he says.
We're about to enter week 5. Most analysts believe this has been pure military dominance. CENTCOM Commander Brad Cooper says we're making undeniable progress, and enemy Navy aircraft and defense systems are non-existent. Democrats are saying 33 days in that it's a quagmire. The president says think again.
World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.